Hey everybody, what's up? Alright, back to it. Some live news updates with you from the week. We'll be starting off with the Miya Marcano case. The family released video from the night of her disappearance, and the suspect, person of interest that had an arrest warrant out for him and eventually committed suicide, was there, and they're questioning him, and it's like they knew already that since that night, like he was a creep and that he had an obsession with her. Uh, Check it out, guys. Marcano's family ever did. That's the suspect who eventually gets an arrest warrant out on suicide.
But no one knows Tati. You keep mentioning
you live
Tati,
20
and no
minutes
one
away
knows
from here,
Tati.
and you get a call
The
all of a
roommates
sudden.
don't even know Tati.
You've been sleeping since
You
10
keep
o'clock,
saying
and all of a
Tati is
sudden
a
you're showing
friend.
up here at 4 o'clock in the morning looking for me.
Tati were conversating about it, so I finally, it came
Okay,
up.
but
Should
Tati
I go and
is
see
someone.
if I see anything?
No one knows Tati. That's my whole thing. Not
Tati
even the
is
roommate
an
knows
employee
Tati.
here.
She's an employee, but you keep saying Tati is a friend and that you've all hung out together. No one here knows Tati. All her other friends showed up. Her closest friends that live in the complex were all here with us early on. No one knows Tati. Only you. Whoever Tati is, and Tati's on the phone, she shouldn't even be on the phone right now. As of right now, you have sent obsessive texts to Miya. We have all seen the text. You talked about giving her your life savings. You cash out her money, and you claim that you weren't in touch. It's on.
Hold on here. That's the same night she goes missing. And like this woman calls him out for being a creep. Or it's the girl that's missing. Yeah, I guess.
On the phone, she shouldn't even be on the phone right now. As of right now, you have sent obsessive texts to Miya. We have all seen the text. You talked about giving her your life savings. You cash out her money, and you claim that you weren't in touch. It's on text. As a matter of fact, we're going to get a police report to pull your phone records if that's the case.
They move very fast.
There's evidence of obsession. You're fascinated with me.
It's not only from my side, so don't try to make this.
No one's saying that. It takes
She's not here to
two.
defend herself right now, so
Obviously,
we
she's
gotta talk to
missing.
you.
So we're talking to you, who've been going back and forth on text.
That is your family.
Right.
But until we figure out what's going on, just don't beat me up.
Nobody beating you
If
up.
I'm guilty,
But
why
you
would I
put
come
yourself in the middle right here. You brought yourself over here.
Because we're concerned.
You're concerned. Why weren't you concerned hours ago?
I just found out.
All right, cool, no problem.
So
In
how
the
did
first few
how did
hours,
Tati find out?
we didn't think it was serious. I don't even know how Tati found out.
Somebody's
She told me
missing and you don't think it's serious.
Someone
maybe
that
they hanging out. They got this place right here. They go downtown. I don't know. Maybe her phone's off. I don't know what she.
She would use somebody's phone and call her dad or her grandmother, somebody.
she was supposed to show up for a flight and didn't show up.
See, if you think about it, that's conflicting stories. If he's saying they hung out with another person named Tati, and everyone else is like, nah, she had flight plans. Or else you're lying. I don't know. I watched that.
You talked about giving her your life savings. You cash out her money, and you claim that you weren't in touch.
Who told her gave
It's
her
on
life
text.
savings? I never
As a
said
matter of
that.
fact, we're going to get a police report to pull your phone records if that's the case.
What you trying to do?
There's evidence of obsession, of something. You're fascinated with
It's
me.
not only from my side, so don't try to make this.
No
like
one,
I'm a
no one's
stalker.
saying that. It takes
She's
two.
not here to defend
There's-
herself right now, so
obviously
we gotta
she's
talk to
missing.
you.
So we're talking to
And
you,
I
who've been going
completely
back and
respect
forth
that. I
on
understand
text.
that.
Alright,
That
so
is your
cool.
family.
Right.
But until we figure out what's going on, just don't beat me up.
Nobody
one's
ain't beating
beating
you
you
If
up.
up.
I'm guilty,
But
why
you
would I
put
come
yourself
here?
in the middle right here. You brought yourself over here.
Because we're concerned.
You're concerned. Why weren't you concerned hours ago?
I just found out.
All right, cool, no problem.
So
In
how
the
did,
first
so
few
how did
hours,
Tati find out?
We didn't think it was serious. I don't even know how Tati found
Oh,
out. She
somebody's
told me
missing and you don't think it's serious.
Someone
maybe
that
they hanging out. They got this place right here. They go downtown. I don't know. Maybe her phone's off. I don't know what she.
She
You
would
know,
use somebody's phone and call her dad. I could
This is the lawyer after they discovered the body. There's a whole timeline, actually, I'm pretty sure. Guys, November 24th at 2:14 p.m., deadbolt to Mia's apartment opened by an on-call maintenance Bob known to be in Alvaralo's possession. Guy we see in this video right here. Maintenance man on site. So then, at 4:34, deadbolt to me. Done twice. Once at 2, once again at 4. At 5:06, Mia uses her fob to enter her apartment. At 5:52, Caballero's vehicle leaves Arden Villas. At 7:01, Caballero places a big maintenance call. 7:11, Caballero contacts apartment staff, asks for the gate. Office says this established alibi. 7:16, someone uses lock to the apartment. That's not. So I guess this was very premeditated because he was like, let me just use it.
Sure. Okay, I'm Daryl Washington. I'm the family attorney. As you guys probably are aware now, we have now gotten positive confirmation that it was indeed Mia's body that they found. So, as you can imagine, it's been a very difficult day for the family. It's been extremely tough, and now the family are left to be making funeral arrangements at this time. So. Thus far, we still haven't personally heard from the Arden Villas apartment complex. I will tell you that has been very disappointing to the family. As we've said, not only was Miya a tenant, but Miya was also an employee. So you would like to think that in these days and times that your employer would reach out to the family and offer their condolences. So that still have not taken place, and it's just the right thing to do. I will tell you, over the course of the last day or so, what we have learned about this young man, and again, I don't like to reference him as a young man because he was indeed a predator, what he did to this young lady. But what we have learned, this was not his first incident. This was not his first incident at the Arden Villas apartment. There have been a number of people who have dealt with this guy on a personal basis. And I will tell you, it's very sad that management couldn't have gotten a hold of this much sooner. Got a call right before I came here today. It was a family lady, I think it's the Sabin Apartments. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correct, but it was an apartment complex where he previously worked. And someone had an incident where he was standing in the apartment complex, and lady's apartment complex, without her permission. So this is something that has been going on for quite some time now. We know that there's been a statement that's been issued by the Arden Villas that they conducted an extensive background check. Well, if they conducted an extensive background check, it definitely was not extensive enough. It was not the type of background check that should be conducted when you are giving someone free access to somebody's apartment. So again, that's something that is very hurtful to the family.
Yeah, pretty terrible.
The Orange County Sheriff's Office is defending its investigation into the disappearance and death of 19-year-old Miya Marcano. Its defense comes after video surfaced showing the suspect in her death at her apartment complex the night she was reported missing. As West 2's Paul Rivera reports, Marcano's family's attorney is calling this video inexcusable.
When you see that video,
Marcano family attorney Daryl Washington says both Arden Villas and the Orange County Sheriff's Office dropped the ball from the moment Miya Marcano was reported missing. All of this being said as the family released this video taken when Miya went missing, showing deputies and the family of Marcano questioning the man now known to be the suspect in this case, Armando Caballero.
But until we figure out what's going on.
Yeah, if the maintenance man has, like, okay, I completely, like, this went over my mind. He's a maintenance man, so he has a key to everything. And he's flirting with people, like, obsessively. They're pretty much harassing them. Like, people who live in those, that's terrible.
Just don't beat me up.
Nobody ain't beating you up.
If I'm guilty,
But
why
you
would I
put
come
yourself in the middle right here.
Even if they had arrested Caballero, then Miya was already dead.
Sadly, detaining Caballero at 4:30 a.m. would not have changed the fact that Caballero left her body at the Timberscan Apartments between 8 and 9 p.m. The night before. However, at the time the video was taken, there was no basis for our deputies to detain or arrest Armando Caballero.
The family's attorney refuted the sheriff's statement. When deputies did arrive, Washington also adds they didn't follow basic protocols like taking fingerprints or calling in a supervisor.
if someone would have come out at 3 o'clock in the morning and checked that key fob, we would have known immediately that that individual had been in Mia's apartment. So they would have had, at that point, they would have had probable cause to arrest him.
Still, the agency defends their investigation.
Our deputies are not permitted to arrest or detain someone based on a hunch or based on what someone else is saying.
Paul Rivera, West 2 News.
Damn.
Phone records if
But
that's
I mean, the family could have had like some closure if they had.
And all apartment complex owes it to their tenants and everyone to
Usually for like themselves.
I mean, there have been some indication. We at this time, I'm just not going to discuss it in particular. It's really bad, and you know, the
apartment complex is now saying that it's by appointment only for coming in. But is that good enough?
it's definitely not good enough. And again,
Where do you all stand about the management of the apartments?
hearing from tenants. Every time they try to reach out to the Arden Villas, management of the Arden Villas, they don't have time. So I can understand and see why they're not responding to me if they're not going to respond to the introduction. That was, it was not very much. So.
Where do you all stand as far as possible legal action? Where does that stand?
I mean, obviously, we've always said from and you know, when you have these type of cases, it should always be priority.
evidence of obsession, of something you're fascinated.
O'clock in the morning
Because
looking
me
for
and
me.
Tati were conversating about it till I finally, it came
Okay,
up.
but
Into every part of this investigation.
Orange County. He had a chance to kill himself. Orange County Sheriff John Mina is defending how
we want them out of their cars, walking around. We want them at the gate.
In response to all this, the Arden Villas made this statement on Instagram, reading in part, "We have received these complaints."
Okay. Come and go. Switching to the Gabby.
Last night, that Christopher Laundrie, Brian's dad, might be going out to assist law enforcement. Still, no sign of Brian Laundrie. We haven't seen him leave the house in days, but early this morning, Brian Laundrie's father asked Swamp to look for his son, searching with police and the FBI on foot. It's unclear if this was sort of a one-time thing or if Christopher Laundrie will be going back to the Swamp tomorrow.
Brian, you mentioned that they stopped at this neighborhood.
Don't know why, but it was interesting because when we were following them when they left the Swamp, we assumed he'd be headed back to the house. They made a different turn, went away from the house, went into that neighborhood. It appeared there was a specific reason they were there, but we still don't know why.
Well, and we know that they know the world is watching them right now, but are police outside the house round the clock? And when they leave, are they being followed?
It does appear they're being followed when they leave. Several times they've left the house. We've seen unmarked cars following them. There's no marked vehicles outside the house tonight, but I'd be surprised if there isn't someone somewhere keeping an eye on things.
Brian, we keep getting a lot of questions about Dog the Bounty Hunter, and he was following some leads out in that campground. I know you're in touch with his team. Any